art isn't extra, it's essential, and it changes how we see the world. Hi everyone, I'm Sharon from New Page Academy, and I want to talk a little bit today about why art belongs in everyday life. And this is number one. Drawing cultivates gratitude and presence. It's because when you draw, your attention is going to be lingering on small, often overlooked details. Now, this close observation, it builds gratitude by revealing how fascinating ordinary things really are. It draws you out of distraction and into the present moment. Over time, this habit of looking deeply at things can soften anxiety and deepen empathy, and it can enhance your connection to the world around you. Daily observation builds creativity and optimism. Each pause to see a color or pattern or light trains your brain to appreciate more. Sketching what's visually interesting creates a feedback loop. The more you notice, the more the sense of possibility grows. This habit nurtures a hopeful, open, creative mind. Everyday drawing, no matter how small, is an act of seeing and appreciation. It's a pause in the rush of daily life, a deliberate act of noticing and honoring what exists before you. Each line is a conversation between observation and gratitude. It's a quiet exchange that deepens your connection to the subject. Even a 30-second sketch can become a moment of stillness where attention transforms into reverence for the ordinary beauty around you. So I wanted to do a demonstration and show you how you can get some of these little moments that I'm talking about, and just as a daily practice. And if it's too cold to go out into nature, you can bring a little nature home. So I took a short little walk and gathered some fall leaves. They're so beautiful at this time. These colors are just gorgeous. I think I'm going to pick this one. It's a little oddball, and that's one of the things that makes it fun. And this is a brush pen. So a lot of times, sometimes it's a good idea to just start on any old scrap piece of paper and do a practice page and just see what kind of marks can I make with this pen. I can go light and I can go heavy. You see that? So there is a wide range. This one's drying out a little bit, but that's okay. So a brush pen might be a really fun way to start with this. One of my favorite things too is this Uniball Elite. This is actually purple in color, but it's a writing pen, and it just feels so good to draw with. But I think I might go with the brush pen here because I think there's a bigger range. And so let's put this leaf here. So what I'm going to be doing is a contour drawing, and it's a blind contour. So I'm only going to be looking at the leaf. I won't be watching my line as I draw it. Now I may stop and look at the line as I register, but then I'll go back and I'll look at the leaf again. It's helped me to connect with my sense of touch. You want the sense that imagine that this pen is touching on this little part of the stem, and try to be as convinced as you can about that, and then start to draw. So basically what I'm seeing here is this comes down a little bit, and then it starts to curve up. Slowly comes up a little bit, and you can stop and look. Oops, I'm not even touching the page. So I think I'm going to go back and try that again and see if I can. Okay, yeah, you can look at it to see if you're on the page, and then all the way up. Every time you stop, there's a little dot, right? Now, when I was very young, I took an art class with a teacher. She called those think dots. That's kind of cute, huh? So from here, and I was like a kid, but we still think. I'm going to do this curve that I see. Right here, I see a curve. I'm going to do that curve, and then I'm going to kind of come up a little bit, really lightly. I'm going to stop and look. Okay, a little bit more up to here. Try to get lighter on that curve. And now I'm going to come back down a little bit to here. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of follow these raggedy edges that I'm seeing to here. Right there. Now, I'm going to come back up here, follow this right in here, follow this part of the leaf here. I come right to there, this part right there, and then I'm going to kind of, I might be going a little faster. I mean, you really take your time with it, because that's part of the point, is to really embrace them. I'm going to move this up, okay? And so I'm going to go do this part of the leaf up here, and happy students do this in class, and there's always giggling. I'm going to move that up a little bit more too. So I'm right here. I'm going to right in there up to this point. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring this down a little bit and watch, you know, these little edges that I'm seeing, kind of very lightly following those. And then this is a drop right in here, a little drop right there. And then I'm going to follow this up. Okay. So this is what I'm concentrating on. This is what my eye is on, the actual leaf itself. I'm going to come to there. I'm going to come up, over. Okay, yeah, not on the paper, but basically, let's try this again. Back, and then down a little bit. There we go. And then, so now that you get the idea, I'm going to speed this up a little bit so you can see how it plays out. Because it is, though it's meditative to draw, it might not be that meditative to watch. Keeping it light, I keep registering where my point is, but I'm really keeping my focus on, you know, the actual leaf itself and not on the drawing. So I'm looking back and forth, and then I can find those veins in between, because those are good contour lines. They're a little harder for you to see, but they are an important part. It's pretty easy for me to see them here, and you're aware of them because, you know, every leaf has them. So this is a fun way to connect with nature. So the other thing I can do is I could do a drawing of several leaves on the same page. I can make some larger and make some smaller to vary the scale, and I can use different colors of pen, and that makes it a little bit more interesting and even more fun. So I invite you to do a drawing this week for just 10 minutes with no judgment or expectation, just pure enjoyment. And I'd also like to invite you to join us for the online drawing soiree. This is a monthly workshop. It's free. It's online, obviously, and you can sign up for it on Eventbrite. So click the link below and join us on December 6th.